Tia's Cherished Gift by Full Bloom. The Gift. Luna giggled in delight as she twirled around the dark blue room with stars elegantly painted on the walls. They would shimmer so beautifully in the absence of light, their soft sparkle made the filly feel as if she were floating. It was peaceful and silent, a rare moment amongst apparently war-torn kingdoms. This tranquility enough to ease the embarrassment of being dressed up as a dusty ball of rock.
"Kill me now, please!"
Tia groaned with bright red cheeks as she lazily floated amongst the stars dressed in a chunky ball of fluorescent light. Luna knew her sister was fat with all the cake she consumed on a daily basis. But as they hung on the bronze bar by sturdy ropes, Tia seemed nearly 10 times her normal size. Plus, her chunky butt stole so much gravity that Luna was suspended high up near the ceiling giggling. "So girls, what have we learned?" Starswell mused as he appeared in the middle of the room by a puff of smoke.
"That you're a nut who enjoys dressing up little fillies."
Tia spoke sarcastically as she began to spin out of control one way and then back the opposite. "You'll never learn if you refuse humility." Starswell scolded the pink-maned pony princess with those deep, insightful eyes.
"That, if we wish to control Sebastia's, we need to become one of them?"
Luna held up her hoofs as she giggled at the sight of her sister now flipped upside down. "Exactly! Magic is more than just enchantments and powerful spells. It's a part of our very soul and inner strength." Starswell sighed as he used the hoof to reposition Tia on the bar.
"Yeah, dressing like an idiot doesn't inspire me to do better."
Tia blew a loud raspberry from across the room. Starswell slowly stroked his great big bushy beard. "Tell me what the world would be like if the sun never lifted." He questioned the children with much interest.
"Eternal night? It would be delightful."
Luna extended her hoofs to twirl in awe as her eyes glowed like the stars above.
"No, we'd all freeze to death, dummy."
Tia flung backwards to buck her sister's dumb costume, sending her flying across the room like a bouncy ball. "Destruction rises when balance isn't achieved." Starswell pointed to the few cracks which lined the walls of his private study.
"Balance is impossible with her."
Tia growled annoyed as her little sister gazed down at the floor with a somber attitude.
"I'm sorry, Tia."
Luna sniffled as her hoof brushed away tears from her eyes.
"I mean, you always run around, you get into trouble, and always ask questions."
Tia spun in place with a look of annoyance.
"I just want to be strong like you."
Luna began to sob softly. Tia felt her eyes widen at the sound of those words as her heart sank.
"You want to be like me?"
She turned to face the tiny filly with a look of warmth.
You're my hero."
Luna locked those large blue eyes upon her sister. Luna shifted into a poised stance as she shifted towards her little sister. The bar angled at a center position as their weights evened out, Tia pulling her sister into a long and loving hug.
"Well, I honestly want to be as passionate and inspiring as you."
Tia placed a soft kiss atop the forehead of her sister. A click heard as both were released from the bar above. Both toppled to the floor, Tia easily snatching her little sister out of the air and squeezing her lovingly. Starswell chuckled as he walked over to the front door of the study, unlocking the wooden frame as light poured into the room. "Today's lesson is complete. Please enjoy the day to play in the garden or help yourself to dark chocolate cake in the kitchen." Starswell gave a knowing wink to each child.
"Ooh, I love the garden. Tiva can eat all the cake. She's more piggy than Pony."
Luna squealed as she darted out the front door in a midnight blur of color. Starswell began to take his leave as Tia sat there on the floor in silence. "She needs me to be her strength." She let her voice echo across the room faintly. "Mayhaps, but you need her to be your compassion." Starswell stood in the open doorway with a slight smirk. "You think I'm heartless?" Tia lifted her silent gaze towards her mentor with folded back ears. Nay, but you are proud and stubborn as a mule. He turned, chuckling heartily in place as Tia felt her cheeks burn a bright red. Let her kindness and wonderment guide you. See through the eyes of youth and know that innocence has its own merits. Starswell exited the room slowly as the young Alicorn was left to her thoughts. I'll do it for her. Tia used her hoof to unclip her costume as she was freed from its confines. With one deep breath, she walked out into the lovely sunshine of a new day. The faint sound of arrow fire and the howling of war upon the horizon. Yet for now, her attention fell upon the tiny moon rolling around the garden, free of fear or anxiety about the future ahead. Laughing aloud, Tia freed her sister from the round, cumbersome costume. Let's play something new. Tia smiled like the sun down to her frazzled lifelong friend.
Your games are never new, Tia.
Luna blew a cute little raspberry towards her older sibling.
I know, that's why you're choosing.
Tia winked playfully as her little sister squealed uncontrollably in excitement.
Oh my god! I have this one game about an owl who is hungry for ideas, so he eats books and...
Luna began to share a world unlike anything seen before. Full of magic and friendship. One of peace. A gift of life she'd hold dear to her heart always.
We here at Pony&Wolf Productions thank these amazing patrons of ours for their monthly support, without which all of this would not be possible. We sincerely appreciate it, and every dollar helps, is needed, and will be used to keep us going to produce audiobooks for your continued enjoyment. It is, now more than ever, important that you support your favorite creators if possible, due to YouTube changing in a way that is not very friendly to content creators. Especially small content creators, like us. In recent months, the names you see on screen have enabled Midnight and Visual Pony to keep going and only having to sell off part of their belongings to not end up on the street. As an incentive for everyone, Visual Pony has broken a vow and has promised to read and record Fallout Equestria, Murky number 7, should the monthly support reach $1,500. To be clear, this is the absolute minimum amount needed to keep the apartment and all bills paid without starving, while a production of this size is ongoing. The estimated time for this production would be 3 to 4 years, but people already said that Project Horizons was impossible to do, right? And now look who did it, so with Pony&Wolf, you know we can finish the job. For further information on how to support us, please have a look at the description of this video, as there are also other ways, like our merch store. Sincerely and forever yours, your Pony&Wolf team.